Hello everybody. This is just a brief summation of our Module 3 music discussion. Again, I want to thank everybody for participating and doing a nice job with that. The purpose of that discussion was to bring forth some ideas about how music today is used in the same way Charlemagne used it in the Holy Roman Empire. Remember, he took the Gregorian chants that were being used in Rome and created schools and training for people to spread those throughout the Holy Roman Empire so that he could get people to feel like they were a part of this new political entity, so that if a traveler went from one area to another, they wouldn't feel quite so lonely going into a church service. They might recognize the tunes, recognize the chants, and that way maybe feel part of something bigger than themselves. A lot of you really caught on to that with the idea of the national anthems of various countries. It's a great example of music used to solidify different people into feeling like they are part of a group. Some of you also mentioned colleges and fight songs and cheers and other things that people use in order to form a community. A little more difficult was the negative aspect of that, and very few of you really kind of latched on to any of the negatives. They're difficult to think of. One I can think of is where music is used to separate groups was an example of when I was younger, and all of my friends and I who listened to rock and roll, my parents did not appreciate that, and that music served as a form of almost like a rebellion, and got us in our little group, and we were the kids who liked that kind of music, as opposed to those parents who were still stuck in the dark ages, we thought, as far as their music was concerned. So music, as we see here, music can be used to both create a sense of community. It can also be used to separate people into separate groups in a negative way. So as we go forward in Module 4, we're going to, and again, we're covering these things very, very lightly. You could do an entire course on any one of these modules. But we're going to see now where music expands out of the religious connotation, which it's had all the way up to this point, and becomes a secular art, where people now begin to use music not to grow closer to God or to glorify God, but they begin to use music to express their own feelings. And that's something that we're all very familiar with today. So thank you again. I appreciate your efforts. I hope you're enjoying the music you're listening to, and with various readings, maybe getting a little bit better understanding of music's progression through this very interesting time. Thank you, and I'll look forward to our next discussion.